10 months, 33 races, from the grandest stage at Daytona to the friendly confines of Martinsville to the twists and turns of downtown Chicago to the beating and banging of Bristol. It all comes down to one race. 312 laps at this place looking over Rattlesnake Valley. About 40 minutes from downtown sits the 1-mile track where 4 drivers, Reddick, Blaney, Byron, and Logano, will race their hearts out to find out who will become champion in 2024. It's the NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway on MDK as we welcome you to the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series Championship race from Phoenix Raceway in Avondale, Arizona. And you cannot ask for more perfect weather to cap off 2024. Temperature will be in the low 80s, east-northeast winds about 6 miles an hour through the racetrack. But most importantly, 0% chance of rain. It is going to be hot but beautiful day to go racing to crown a champion. Welcome everyone to the final episode of MDK RaceDay 2024. My name is Jett. Hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday as you get ready for the final race of the season, the NASCAR Cup Series Championship. And since it is the championship race, I figure, hey, we gotta style up a little bit. We gotta come up with dressing a little bit nicer. So we're gonna be wearing this for today's episode. So before we get into this episode, if you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And tell me in the comment section down below, who do you think will become champion in 2024? Let's jump into it now with our news and notes. We're going to start off with a very sad story. NASCAR Hall of Famer Bobby Allison passed away yesterday peacefully at his home at the age of 86. The 1983 Premier Series champion of the series was a winner of 85 career races, which sits 4th on NASCAR's all-time win list. And that 85th career win, he was recognized for that just a few weeks ago when he won at Bowman Gray Stadium. NASCAR recognized that victory as a feel-good story to finally see him be able to earn at least one more win in 2024 before he left us in this world. And he now joins about some 30-some years later. He's now reunited with his sons, Davey and Clifford Allison. Godspeed to Bobby Allison. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup. Busch, the official beer of NASCAR and proud sponsor of the Busch Light Polo Award, given to the fastest driver at each NASCAR Cup Series event. Busch Light congratulates Martin Truex Jr. for his 25th career pole, his 2nd straight pole of 2024, and the 3rd pole of his career here at Phoenix, coming in his final start as a full-time driver. How about that? Wins it with the speed of 134.741 miles an hour. Since 2020, Busch Beer has invested more than $70 million in becoming a premier sponsor of the NASCAR Cup Series. So here's a look at the championship race for the NASCAR Cup Series in 2024 at Phoenix Raceway. Starting alongside Truex is one of the 4 championship drivers, 2-time Cup Series champion Joey Logano starting alongside. Row 2 has a defending race winner Raj Hassan in 3rd place and the 2021 champion Kyle Larson alongside. Row 3 has a 2020 champion and Chase Elliott, and Ty Gibbs, who won the Xfinity Series 2 years ago right here at Phoenix, starts alongside. Row 4 has Christopher Bell. He's got venom and he's got vengeance after what happened last Sunday at Martinsville, starting alongside William Byron, who won here back in the spring of 2022. Christopher Bell, he won here last spring as well. And right at the top 10 is Harrison Burton, back-to-back top 10 starting positions. Nice way to cap off his career at the Wood Brothers in that 21 car, starting alongside Tyler Reddick, who has not so good of a record here at Phoenix, but he does have a lot of momentum with MJ by his side in the 45 car, rounding out the top 10. Row 6 has Austin Cindric and Chase Briscoe in his final race in the 14 ride and Stewart-Haas Racing as a whole. Row 7 has Justin Haley and Denny Hamlin, a multiple-time winner here at Phoenix. Rookie Carson Hocevar starts alongside Alex Bowman. And the defending champion of the series, Ryan Blaney, the lowest of the championship 4 contenders, starting in 17th. He did finish 2nd here when he won the title last fall, starting alongside John Nemechek. A good run for that 42 team, starting alongside. Ran out the top 20 is his teammate Eric Jones and Corey LaJoie. Row 11 has Noah Gragson in the 10 car, starting alongside Daniel Hemrick in his final race with Colleague Racing. How about Jimmy Johnson? Listen, say what you want about Jimmy, but him qualifying 23rd in 2024, that's a big win for him. Starting alongside him is Chris Buescher in the 17 ride. Row 13 is Kyle Busch. He has one more chance, one more opportunity to keep his 19-year consecutive streak of winning at least one Cup Series race in a season alive. Starting alongside Derek Kraus in the 16 ride. World 14 has Brad Keselowski in the 6th alongside rookie Zane Smith in his final race with Spire Motorsports, and Bubba Wallace joining the dark side with his Star Wars Darth Vader paint scheme, starting alongside Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 ride. And here's a look at the final 5 rows down here. Kaz Grala and Todd Gilliland, Ryan Preece in his final race with Stewart-Haas Racing, alongside him is Daniel Suarez, Michael McDowell in his final race with Front Row Motorsports alongside Austin Dillon, and then JJ Yeley and Chad Fincham, Josh Berry, who crashed during his qualifying run, and Jeb Byrne driving for Team Amerivert Racing, wasn't even able to post a qualifying lap due to pre-race inspection issues, failing 4 times, rounds out the 40 car lineup. So here's a look at the odds to win the championship on the bottom of your screen. Best odds is Ryan Blaney at 145, Joe Logano at plus 160, William Byron sitting at plus 320, and Tyler Reddick sitting at the worst of odds at plus 650. So, what can we expect here at Phoenix? Let's go over the championship 4. Ryan Blaney, who has the best odds. He's the defending champ of the series, like I mentioned, starting though the worst of all championship 4 contenders at 17th. But he was fast in practice, fastest in the 5, 10, and 15 lap average. You also have to consider that Ryan Blaney has just another wave of momentum following his incredible run and his win last Sunday at Martinsville. Things are lining up perfectly to have a repeat. Last year, won at Martinsville, came to Phoenix. Still, not many people had him at the best of odds. He went out and won the title. And in fact, I think he started in the 15th position last year when he won the title. So, hey, things are lining up quite nicely. He has the opportunity to do something that hasn't been done in 14 years since Jimmy Johnson in 2010, and that is to win consecutive Cup Series titles. Not to mention that even though he has not won at Phoenix, he has the best average finish out of all drivers, not just Championship 4 contenders, but out of all drivers in the last 7 races, an average finish of 4.1. So Blaney has been incredibly consistent at Phoenix. Him contending for a championship 4, that could be scary for the other 3 champ drivers. Next up is his teammate, Joe Logano, who, let's be honest, should not even be anywhere near this position, but this format congratulates drivers that show up when they matter most. And that's what Joe Logano did, winning at Nashville to get into the playoffs, winning at Atlanta, move on to the round of 12, then making it to the round of 8 thanks to Bowman's DQ, then winning Vegas to make it here. He's played by the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But him at Phoenix could be scary. He is a 2-time Cup Series champion, and he has won 2 Championship 4 races. One in 2018 at Miami and 2022 at Phoenix. So he is a former winner and has won under these types of situations. He has the most Championship 4 appearances out of any of the drivers in the Cup Series. 6. This is a 6th Championship 4 appearance. Now, he is under a little bit of controversy. He was fast in the 5 and 10 lap averages, but however, he has some controversy even getting on track. He failed pre-race inspection twice, meaning he loses his crew chief, Tommy Ellis, and he loses his pit stall selection. So, judging by how champions have won their title for their respective years in quote-unquote illegal cars, I think Joe Logano probably is going to win the title just because, let's be honest, probably not an illegal car. The fact that he failed pre-race inspection twice. William Byron in the 24 ride was able to get back into the Championship 4 following the controversy of Martinsville last Sunday. He's won here back, like I said, in the spring of 2023. Starting in the 8th position, was fast, has showed really good speed in practice, but he has been the most quiet of the Championship 4 contenders, has not won in the playoffs, I should say, of 2024. So he's been very quiet, was the only driver to basically advance on points. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how William Byron competes because he hasn't been up in the radar. You know, Logano with his win at Vegas, Ryan Blaney with his win at Martinsville, and Tyler Reddick, we're going to talk about him a little bit, his win in Miami. They've all shown like that moment where, hey, they stepped up to the plate to make it to Championship 4. William Byron has just been staying afloat, staying above the surface, just gliding his way to the Championship 4. Will he step up and actually show some race-winning speed and contend for a title? That I don't think it's going to happen, though. I just feel like with Byron, he's, in my eyes, could possibly be the worst of the Championship 4. But Tyler Reddick, though, his stats, his previous stats at Phoenix doesn't really help him that much. He has the worst average finish by a mile compared to the other 3 Championship 4 contenders in terms of his average finish at Phoenix, but we do have to take into consideration that he spent the majority of his career at RCR, which is not that good of a team. Though in his 3 starts with 2311 Racing, he has had 2 top 10 finishes, including a 3rd place last year. So he has shown some real good speed driving the number 45 car for 2311 Racing. With his win in Miami, he also comes in with a lot of momentum. He's got MJ by his side, but it's also his first championship 4 appearance. Now, it has shown great pleasure to other drivers that have competed in the championship 4 for the first time. Ryan Blaney, he won his championship in his first appearance, so it's not like it can't be done. But with Tyler Reddick starting in 10th place, I kind of put him alongside with William Byron. Because of their past history, I just don't see them being main contenders. I feel like Tyler Reddick has a better odds, better chance of winning than a William Byron, but it's going to be very tough to go up against the Penske duo of Blaney and Logano, just because I don't know why, but Penske just seems to show up when it matters most. Now, let's be honest. We talk about the Champ 4, but that doesn't mean they're the only drivers competing. You also have to look at Kyle Larson, who won here in 2021. Chase Elliott, a former race winner here. We talked about Ross Chastain, also another driver that won here last fall. He's the defending winner. So we'll also have to take into consideration that are other drivers competing in this race, not just a Champ 4. Although I do think that the Champ 4 will be the one that everyone will be talking about. Obviously, they're going to be up towards the front a lot. There are some other drivers that, hey, they want to at least get a win under their column. I mentioned Kyle Busch. 19 years with at least one victory in a season. He desperately wants to keep that streak alive, although I don't think that's going to happen. That 8 car just has showed no speed at all in practice and qualifying. I don't think that's going to happen. You look at maybe a driver like Denny Hamlin, a former winner here, Chase Briscoe, who won his very first Cup race here at Phoenix 2 years ago, starting in the 12th position in his final, SHR's final ever race. Ty Gibbs starting in 6th place. You know, he has shown some really good runs, but will he be able to step up and finally get that first career win? Very curious to see if there are going to be any type of team orders, because after what happened at Martinsville, if let's say something happens where like the 2 of Austin Cindric would do anything to kind of help the 12 and the 22 of Logano and Blaney. We saw in yesterday's Xfinity race at Phoenix where Connor Zilisch, not necessarily kind of blocking or making life difficult for Cole Custer to help Justin Allgaier, but it does help to have an ally. And with William Byron, he's got the 5 of Larson, the 9 of Elliott, and the 48 of Bowman. With Team Penske, they both got Austin Cindric. With 2011 Racing, though, they do have Tyler Reddick has Bubba Wallace, although Bubba Wallace, I don't think he has a card that I think will be a factor in this race. But overall, I do think it will be entertaining. Will it be a good race? I don't know. Phoenix has not really been a good race. It's been an okay track, and I don't think we're going to see a great race, but of course with the Championship 4 will be a very interesting storyline to follow throughout the race. Now for my Fantasy Live lineup, it's no surprise. I'm picking all the Championship 4 drivers, Reddick, Logano, Blaney, and Byron. I got Kyle Larson there, but I also have Martin Truex Jr. in my garage. It would be a really good, feel-good story to have Martin Truex Jr. go out and win in his final ever race as a full-time driver, repping back to his very first paint scheme ever in the Cup Series back in Atlanta in October of 2004. A very beautiful metallic-ish, because it's not really a metallic, Bass Pro Shops Toyota. Looks absolutely gorgeous. He even has the retro fire suit to back it up. I have a feeling that Martin Truex Jr. could give them a run for their money one last time before he ends his full-time NASCAR career. So I have him in my garage. But the driver that I have winning, I have Joe Logano. I think he's going to become a 3-time Cup Series champion. In my eyes, it would make sense with this format that the driver that has no chance or should not be anywhere near the championship is the one that wins it. I just have a feeling that Joe Logano thrives in this situation. I have mentioned many times in my eyes, he is the most clutch NASCAR driver out there today. Anytime his back is against the wall, he somehow finds a way to go out and get the job done. Starting in 2nd place, a former winner here at Phoenix back in 2022. He's been in this situation more than any of the other Championship 4 contenders. He knows how to get the job done. I have Joe Logano winning, but Ryan Blaney is going to give him a run for his money, I feel like, but I have Joe Logano winning the title. But that is it for this episode, the final episode of MDK Racing for 2024. Thank y'all so much for following me throughout this year, bringing the series back up, I think back in Texas in April or around that era. I've always wanted to bring back this series and even include the Xfinity and truck, so thank you so much for all the support you've shown this year. And hopefully for next year, we're going to try and make it every race for the Cup Series from Daytona to Phoenix. So look forward to that. Make sure y'all tune back in later tonight, recapping the final race of 2024 for the championship race at Phoenix. Until next time, my name is Jett from MDK. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all later tonight, recapping the NASCAR Cup Series Championship from Phoenix.